Andrew, what's happening?
What's up, Joe? How are you?
I'm fair. Uh,
Yes.
you know, heavy weekend.
Yeah, fair to middling. Maybe
Yeah,
bad, actually.
yeah,
Um, but
yeah.
but it's dark times out there.
Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Are you a Los Angelino? I almost forgot that
Natively,
term.
no, I'm a Delawarean.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, I grew up in Delaware, and then I was in DC for about 5 or 6 years after college, and then Brooklyn for like 13 years, and
Mm,
then moved out here 2018 now. So
mm.
been here like 8 years, which is weird to think about.
What do you think of LA?
I love it, man. I was in New York for a really long time, and
Hmm.
and it felt a little bit like I was gonna die in a 500 square foot hovel on a stack of unread New York Times.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That kind of feeling. And my bones are getting old and brittle, and the cold weather just makes me not enjoy things as much.
Hmm.
And there's also, like I have a space here now where I can record music, and as opposed to sharing a very small studio space in Brooklyn with like 17 other bands. And yeah, I love sunshine.
Did you start surfing?
No, but I actually would like to. My fear with doing any sort of like real active sports these days is that I will just simply injure myself. So I'm a little bit reluctant to do that in any regular capacity.
Right.
I have tried it. I have friends that live in San Diego. Used to visit them a lot and would would borrow their boards and fall on my face and get pummeled by waves and stuff. I do enjoy swimming in the ocean quite a bit.
Yeah, I do too. I would do it
Yeah,
more often. It's just the Pacific Ocean is cold all
it's
the
so
time.
cold. Yeah, I mean, even here, it's like I would say, as opposed to the Atlantic Ocean, it's probably a good like 10 degrees colder
I
out
know.
here.
Yeah, for no reason I thought the opposite, but
Yeah, right. You would think because
yeah,
California is like sunshine, palm trees, and it's
yeah.
hot all the time, but it's not. It's actually freezing. In my house, it's freezing all of the time. Like my friends from New York
I
come
mean, I
out
don't want you to
here.
suffer, but that's funny. I've been living in California, having a freezing apartment, but I know
But
that
it's true, man.
California
Like
cold.
when you
Yeah,
when you live in New York during the winter, you rarely get to control the heat in your apartment.
yeah,
So the landlords just crank it up. It'll
right.
be like 95 degrees in your apartment. Like you have to
Yeah,
open the windows in January. And out here, I have control of it, but it's like wildly expensive to heat your house. So I choose to forego it as long as I can. So I have friends that come out here, they'll come out and visit during the winter and be like, LA's the coldest place I've ever been. Because like restaurants and stuff, you go out, like restaurants don't have the heat on.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There's
yeah.
this facade of like the sun and the palm trees, and everybody's like, oh, it's so hot. But it's like, dude, you get out of the sun here. Um, Still like it though.
Yeah.
Can you
Uh,
swim in Seattle anywhere?
I mean, you can. It's cold. The temperature doesn't change that much, but I wish
Right.
I knew what the average temperature is. It's just pretty cold all the time. Um, what was growing up in Delaware like? I like Philadelphia and I like DC, but I
Yeah,
haven't
love Philly.
spent much time in the old Delaware.
In
I
the
know I
first
played
state?
shows there. Yeah, in the first fucking
Yeah.
state.
um, yeah, there aren't many, if any, places to play really in Delaware unless you play at University of Delaware. But I mean, weirdly, or maybe not weirdly, I don't know. I really liked growing up there. It's very small, so like you kind of end up knowing somebody from everywhere, in the
Hmm.
state, sort of. Most of my best friends to this day are people I grew up with there. And I don't know, it's just a fairly sort of like innocuous place that like you just got to make your own fun, which isn't that different from anywhere else, I guess. But
Right.
um, I guess the closest city we had was Philly, so we could go. It was just like I don't know, half an hour from where I grew up in Delaware, which was Wilmington. So you could go see shows up there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there wasn't a ton happening in Delaware, but I don't know. It's just like good East Coast people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like um, of all stripes, and you know, I do miss that sometimes being out here, like East Coastness of folks.
Was
You know what I'm saying?
Philly basically your city, your
Yeah. I
scene?
mean, we would go up there like, high school and go to like the Trocadero and like
Yeah.
TLA, and which was super fun, And then like, yeah, again, it was just like 30 minutes away. So
Were you in a band and when you were young in high school? You have
no,
such a command of drums and maybe every other instrument. I'm
certainly
curious
not bad.
I'm curious as to where you learned all this.
Yeah. Well, I started playing drums when I was like 4.
Oh, okay.
There's that like potentially apocryphal story that I feel like a lot of parents tell. I'm like, oh, he was just like beating on phone books and pots and
Hmm.
pans. And it's like, I had to get him a drum set. I think my stepmom actually got me my first kit when I was like 4. I just played all the time. And I was never in a band in high school or college. There wasn't a ton of people, to play with in Delaware, I guess. I mean, not to say that there weren't bands, there certainly were, but I don't know. I guess I just never like found people that I wanted to do something with, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Because I really did want to be in a band, which is why I moved to DC. It just never happened for whatever reason. So maybe in that sense, it gave me like more time just practice drums,
What were you listening to in, your late teens?
I mean, the first stuff that like, in middle school, it was like, you're sort of like weaning yourself on this diet of music that gets more and more interesting. It's like being a drummer. I was like in 6th grade, just listening to like Zeppelin
Hmm.
all the
Yeah.
time, Jimi Hendrix. And then in 8th grade, the public school feeder patterns changed. So all these new kids came to my middle school, and they all had like, not all of them, but like the people I became friends with had like cool older brothers that were seniors.
Yeah.
And so 8th grade was when I first heard Rock for Light, Bad Brains record, which
Yeah.
was like having a lobotomy, basically. It's like, it fucking like, not like, no joke, not even being dramatic. That should like change my life. I
Yeah.
never like, it's still to this day like one of my favorite records. It's just so fucking insane for like an 8th grader to hear it who had never heard anything like that. It's so mind blowing. Um, and then like the first Smashing Pumpkins record, I remember that being very pivotal in trying to play a lot of those like Jimmy Chamberlain parts, which
Yeah.
I don't like. I Am One. I still understand how to play that drum part.
Yeah.
I don't get
It's
it.
tricky. I just saw them play. I think it was last summer. I saw them open for Green Day. I think. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And but I was able to be pretty close, and
Could
it's
you?
crazy.
That dude's. I,
He's
I
a
don't. Yeah,
wizard.
he's insane. Yes, he's a
Yeah.
wizard.
Yeah.
And trying to play like the window pane, ba, 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 ba,
Right.
ba, 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 and like
Yeah.
speeding up. Um, yeah, and like Fugazi, of course. Like Brendan was like a true fucking hero to me. Um, like that sort of like, early 90s alternative stuff. Like I
Hmm.
got tuned on to in 8th grade, and then like Sabbath, that kind of
Right.
stuff. Like Bill Ward, I feel like is maybe the most underrated drummer ever. I mean, especially like, have you ever watched like early like 69, 70 live Sabbath shows?
Yeah.
He
Paris
hits
specifically.
the drums so fucking hard. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Love it. Yeah.
And did you? I could talk. Well, I mean, we can't only talk about drums, or we will. Yeah, anyway, we can. There's no rules. I just spent the weekend with my cousin, who's also a drummer. So, on your new record, Eel Sparkles, which comes
Yeah.
out on March 6th, which we're going to talk about in a second. But you play everything on the new record, right?
Yeah. I've been playing. Yeah. I mean, I started this project, it's this solo project. And so I was in a band in DC for a while, and then I moved to Brooklyn, and I was in a band there. And then that band just like imploded on the verge of putting our record out, which I
Mm-hmm.
ended up putting out anyway. But I was sort of, I guess, at that point, a little bit tired of the band dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't see myself like not playing music. So I was just like, well, like I didn't know how to. I'd never played guitar, never played anything, I didn't know shit. And I had this like shitty nylon string guitar that like an ex girlfriend had given me for Christmas or something, and So then I just started writing songs on that, just like being like, oh, that sounds cool. Oh, that sounds interesting. Like whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it was, it was a challenge. Like, can I actually write a song? I've always wanted to like, I was always jealous of people that I played with. It's like, I wish I could play something else and participate more and like, not just like structuring the songs, but like creating the melodies or whatever. And
Right.
it was frustrating because I couldn't, but I didn't really know that you didn't really have to know, which was part of this experiment of this project. It's like, well, can I do this? So yeah, that started. So this is now the 7th Human Potential record, and I've been doing. It's all me doing everything on every record. I mean, except I have some friends that I'll sing back up now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's largely you playing all these instruments.
Yeah.
It is Eel Sparkles, again, is the name of the record. It is, I mean, I think I listened to most of the Human Potential back catalog, and this record is definitely the biggest sounding, to be blunt. And it has a very confident production to it, to me, and very thoughtful and intricately arranged and composed. And it's a really fun, heady headphone listen. I've been listening to it a lot cool. that. And I don't even know if this is a real thing, but this is something I came up with in my head listening to your record. It sounds conceptual. It's kind of like, wait, is this a, words aside, is this a concept? Like everything's a real journey.
Like, do you mean like a Rush record?
Not exactly, but concept records. But it feels like it's like unspecified, and it's like that sort of journey. Again, words aside, and so I was kind of thinking about it that way, and then I read this little story behind the record, which I wanted to ask you at the beginning of this off recording if you wanted to tell me if that was real or not, or operate on the fact that it is real or it isn't real. But I blew it, so now I'm cat's out of the bag, maybe. But this incredible story, it's so fun. I would recommend listeners listen to the record a few times and then read this story. It's a really fun.
Well,
idea.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean it's stupid.
Yeah, it's
also,
stupid.
But
God,
I love stupid. For me, that's one of like the things about like participating in music, the idea of like the bio or whatever, and musicians think they're like important or, like, and a lot of those things read as so self-important and like, and it drives me crazy. It drives me fucking nuts. And I just can't stomach that. I have to do it myself. And the idea of just penning something like, people, I don't know. A lot of these things, people think they're like telling some interesting story. And it's just like, oh, it's not like, oh, you just, and nobody is like, I think I said this the other day. It was like, nobody's like, unless you are Iana Xenakis or something and have this really interesting story.
Yeah.
Like getting a landmine blown up in your face and creating like a mathematical concept to compose music or whatever. And not to say there are stories behind records that are interesting, but generally they're not.
Yeah.
So I tried to write things that are dumb and that'll make me laugh. I'd be like, oh, this is so fucking absurd. And I mean, at the end of the day, that I can stomach. Also, because I experienced this when I first started putting the Human Potential stuff out, and even I guess a little bit before, is that sort of make it a test to like people that are covering the record, because in a lot of cases they'll just take that and regurgitate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So be like, it's like, oh, you didn't even think about this. You're like taking this and like, submitting this as fact. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like and I'm fine, like, to go along with that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but it's just because a lot of people, I think, don't like ingest it and think about it analytically. Just be like, oh, whatever. It's like, and he was on a boat and got hijacked. You know, no, and was forced to watch Dr. Giggles. Like, you know, like
Oh my God, it's so good. I really encourage people to, again, listen to the record. If you can't listen to the whole thing before March 6th, you know, the couple singles that are out, and then go read it. I guess you can read it at your website, right?
Yeah,
it's out there. What Delicate. Just find the story behind Eel Sparkles. It'll tickle your fancy.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
But again, it's a really funny match. It's a fun story to add to that music.
Well, it's also like, I think I was talking about this the other day too. It's like I use Wolf Eyes as an example.
Uh-huh.
Like those dudes, I feel like I don't know them, but like just from like their sort of public persona, like they don't take themselves seriously, and they're funny.
Yeah.
But they take their music very seriously, and that's like, I fucking love that balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you've nailed that balance.
Hopefully. Trying.
And then sonically, I was saying it feels like a pretty big record. What were you listening to, and kind of what was inspiring you when you started recording this record? Did this record come out all at once? Come out of you all at once, that is?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I basically almost had this one done, I guess, when the last one was released, or pretty soon after.
Mm-hmm.
So once I'm done, I just try to keep going, and
mm-hmm.
I don't know, it sounds dumb, but I don't know, I just like writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I just like it. Yeah, in terms of like, you know, what I was listening to, I mean, I hear things now where I'm like, oh, I know I directly lifted that from like the third song. Do you remember Albert has like a marimba on it?
Yeah.
That like I hear it, I'm like, oh, I just took that. Have you ever heard this band Het before?
No.
As a drummer, HET.
Mm-hmm.
As a drummer, I would highly encourage you to listen to it. Okay. It's one of my favorite things ever fucking created. It's basically just like drums, vocals, like some saxophone here and there, and it's terrifying.
Great.
In like the best way possible. I think it was made in '84. They're British dudes that were in this other band called Pig Bag. I don't know if you ever heard that. Anyway, I'll send you a link or something.
Yeah, please do.
When we're done.
Yeah.
But I know, like I probably subconsciously just rip shit off from that. Like that stuff, like a lot of like, you know, saccharine pop, Bee Gees, early Bee Gees stuff, XTC, for sure.
I hear this. Yeah, I hear like Wrecking Crew's 60s era pop, you know, like the lushness and some of those reverbs and stuff, especially with the bass, but it's broad and lush in the same way, in a lot of similar ways as you know, all the stuff that the Wrecking Crew, the millions of pop songs they did.
Yeah, and that's testament to my friend Jeremy, that I think he's mixed every Human Potential record but one. Mm-hmm. And I mean, especially for that song, Practice Songs for the Unload, that's like, I mean, I ripped off that's the Be My Baby beat.
Yeah, right.
Straight up, just like, but yeah, Jeremy and I have been working together for a long time. So I basically record everything here at my house except for drums. And then I take this fucking garbage sack of shit and to Jeremy and be like, all right, can we make this sound good?
Yeah.
So, cause I'm not a good recording engineer. I have like 4 mics and, you know, I try to make it sound cool, but like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So a lot of it is just sort of like making it sound cool.
Right.
With Jeremy's fun compressors, and reverbs and stuff like that.
Well, I'd like to play Practice Songs for the Unloved.
Yeah, let's do it.
Different
Vaselines.
Sure.
That's what her voice reminds me of.
Oh, really?
I love you guys singing together, especially at the end. But yeah, that just dawned on me. It's like, oh, the Vaselines, just hearing the very end there.
I will pass that along to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my friend Amira. I've known her forever. She lives out here in LA now. We know each other. She used to live in Brooklyn too. We live down the street from each other. I didn't really know that she could sing that well until like a couple years ago. And I was like, I need you to start singing on this shit because it sounds, I love it, man. Like, I just, I tire of my voice. I don't really like it very much. And to have something that's there's like a sweetness and like an innocence to her vocals that I just really love.
Mm-hmm. You record it all there, maybe right where you're sitting. How do you typically start a song? Is there a way? And I have a follow-up question to that. Okay. As a drummer, again, back to drums, but
it sort of changes. I try to change the process record to record. Otherwise, I'll end up, when I pick up a guitar, I sort of, which I'm sure a lot of people do, I just vacillate, or not vacillate. I immediately play the things that are pleasing to my ear. So I have certain chords I gravitate towards, and then it's hard to break out of that. So I try to not write on guitar for the past couple records, just because I feel like it'll end up sounding the same. So I've started writing more on like bass, which I have like, I don't have any idea what it is, how to do it, but which I enjoy. And then what I've been doing recently, I don't know how to do it. What I've been doing the past couple records, occasionally was I'll go into my iTunes library and I'll just randomly pull a song into like my Logic recording program, and I'll fuck with that. I'll like reverse it, pitch shift it, time stretch it, and then I'll go through and I'll like take things and I'll cut together like a phrase or something that, for the most part, is something that I would not have played, like I couldn't have or wouldn't have thought of myself. So then I'll start with that, and then that'll like direct me, like, oh, okay, like this is the path to go down, and like okay, like, so that's like a more fun starting point for me now, rather than just like picking up an instrument or whatever. It's just sort of like primitive sampling, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
And then like using that as like a jump off to write, basically.
Right. I wonder this. I don't know if I've ever said this out loud, but I kind of do the same thing. I'm like, oh, I want to learn that, and I can't fucking learn it on whatever instrument. Sometimes I can, but then I just do a version of it. And the thing I haven't said out loud, which may be the most obvious thing in the world, does everyone fucking do this? Is it like a common thing that,
I would assume so, just because like, not a ton of music out there is like totally original.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe Het record is, although I don't know, because you hear like fucking like, I don't know, like John Cage and like Versailles compositions in there, so I don't know.
No one's done that.
No, nobody's. Yeah.
But I mean, that's also not the only way. I guess when I said everybody does this, I just feel like I just always feel we got.
I bet it is pretty commonplace. But also like I want to, every time I start a new record, I'm like, all right, this one's gonna be like my Het record. It's just gonna be like just percussion. I'm gonna do this like percussion record, and I just never have. Like I aim to do it at some point in my life before I die, but I don't know. And then I just ended up like, because writing, like, I don't know, just writing like a pop song is like fun. It's fun for me. So it's like, man, I just want to like write this stupid pop song and like this fun little ditty or whatever. But that's that's my cross to bear, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the sort of follow-up question to that is, speaking of percussion records, is a song that's not released yet, so I won't play it, but The House That Kept Hemingway Alive.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up song. And you know it. Did that start with the drums?
Yes, that one did.
It's
there
a great song. It was
thank you so much.
I kept going back to that one.
Because like occasionally, like I have these drum parts in my head that'll be in there for years, and then I won't. I'll try to like fit it into something. Be like, no, like that one. I was like, I'll just start with this. So I just started with that pattern, and then everything else just came from there. And
I was kind of wondering if you ever write on drums and
yeah, that one for sure. That one for sure. There've been a couple in the past that started just with like, like there's a song Apparition that was on like the third record or something that has like a lot of percussion overdubs and starts with this beat or whatever. That one for sure was created on drums. And like that beat, do you know that band This Heat?
Yeah. Charles.
So Charles Hayward's like potentially my favorite drummer, if not one of my favorite drummers.
Yeah.
But he has this way of playing that, like after I was in this band in DC, which was like, I was young and probably not that fun to play with, but I was like just dumb, like playing dumb.
Was this Medications?
Like, yeah, it's Medications.
Yeah.
It's like it fit the music, but like I think eventually like the dudes I play with are like, yeah, man, why don't you just like chill the fuck out? I'd be like, no, dude, like I gotta play like fast and loud. Like, and then after like, you know, I left that band, I was like, oh yeah, they were right. That's fucking annoying. And so I was like, I don't want to play fills anymore. I was like, I don't want to play fucking drum fill ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Hayward has this way of playing where you think he's playing a fill, but he's not. He's playing a part.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't play fills. He plays parts that sound like fills, but it's
which could be the whole song.
Exactly. And so that the Hemingway song is heavily inspired by like Charles Hayward, like especially like Paper Hats or something. Listen, like Paper Hats.
Exactly.
It's like this dude's doing a fucking fill, but it's like it's not. It's just a part. And you'll hear him play something, and then you think he like messed up the pattern on the hi-hat, but then then he does it again 3 measures later.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, this dude's like
I know.
Incredible. Like did you see them play when they did their
No, I didn't get to see him play, but
God,
I've devoured any footage that is out there.
I saw them play twice. They played here at the Regent and then at Zebulon. And I saw them play both those shows. And I was like, these dudes, it was like they're not even like, they're not a rock band. It's like, this is like the James Brown band on like fucking meth or something.
Yeah.
Like they're almost like a fucking like the best funk band in the world in a weird way. It was wildly good. And they're like 75.
I know. What about playing live? Has Human Potential got some live shows? Do you play live?
Some live shows coming up. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I had never intended for this to be a live project until a couple years ago. I was like, I don't know. My girlfriend at the time was sort of like encouraging me, and this other dude I sort of knew tangentially. He was like a writer. I don't know. It was weird. He was sort of like, well, why are you doing this? And I don't know. It sort of pushed me like, oh yeah, like fuck it. Like this is a new challenge. Like I should try to take this live. So we played our first show last year, I guess. So we played 3 shows now, I guess. And we have 2 coming up, one in San Diego and one here in LA. But it's cool. Like it was terrifying because the thing about this project is that I never had to sing and play at the same time.
Sure.
Right.
And what are you playing?
Guitar.
Okay.
So I never had to sing and play guitar at the same time. So I had to teach myself how to do that. Number 2, in all the recording, I'd never played guitar standing up. So
right, yeah,
this is like a different. I was like, I never played standing up. It's just stupid to think about, but it's true. Like I never stood up. And then and then just finding people like two of my good friends that I've known for a long time play with me, and then these two other guys just sort of joined the fold who are super awesome dudes. And Amira, my friend who sings occasionally, she's played live with us too, which is really nice. So yeah, it's fun. It's hard because we're like old people and people have responsibilities and kids and stuff. But we're not trying to do like a 6-week European tour or anything.
Right. Not yet.
Ever again.
Speaking of doing other things, you're a filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
Do you do commercial and the other word that's not commercial?
No, I do like documentary stuff.
Okay.
There's a dude. It's confusing because there's a dude that works at this place, Radical Media, where I've worked in the past, who has the exact same name and is a commercial director.
Okay.
And is, I'm sure, much wealthier than I am. But I do like documentary stuff. So I had a film that came out like, I don't know, 2018 now, that was distributed by Oscilloscope, which is Adam Yauch's company, which is, for me, it was pretty awesome that they picked it up. And, I've had a few other things that we've tried to get going. Pandemic really fucked stuff up for a long time. And
what was that documentary?
It's called Santuaya. I get the short synopsis is essentially like there's a woman in this very small village in Spain, and she's the only person that lives there with this other family that lives in back of her, and she thinks that family killed her husband.
Oh, good. Okay, not good, but that's
yeah. It's a wild story, man. Like, it's truly Shakespearean. And while we were filming it, we filmed it for over the course of like 5 years. And over the course of those 5 years, the whole mystery was unraveled, and people were arrested, and the way it ended, it was just like it means like a Greek tragedy. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say the shows are in March, both of them, LA and San Diego?
San Diego show is April 18th.
April 18th.
Yeah, at the Black Cat Bar, which I've never been to. And then the LA show is May 24th, I believe, at Scribble. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on this record, dude. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm genuinely shocked when people listen and actually purport that they like it. So honestly, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to it. It means a lot.
Of course. And hopefully I'll see you. I'm going to be in LA in those months-ish.
Oh, cool.
If you're playing, I'll come on over and check you out.
Sick.
I might even be in San Diego.
Fun.
So I'll be down there. I'd love to come see the show.
Yeah, man. That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, and hope to see you out there somewhere.
Yeah. Be safe.
All right. You too.